Hello everybody, my name is Sean and I'm from HZad Education. Today we're going to discuss the 5 things that CELPIP examiners don't want you to know, but I'll tell you those things anyway. There's also a 6th thing which is probably the most important point, and I'm going to tell you that as a bonus, but towards the end of the video, so please stay tuned. Now, these things are things that if you know them, you will really score a good mark in CELPIP. And again, the 6th point I'm going to mention later on will help you practically do that. But examiners will never tell you this because if you do that, everybody will pass. So here's something for people who want to score a 7 and 8. You're on the right track. You'll probably be okay. But for the majority of people who want a 9, and there are many of you, majority actually wants a CLB 9, which is a CELPIP 9. It is extremely, extremely tough. Nobody should take it lightly. I'll tell you why. So we have multiple teachers, and each teacher gets multiple students. That means we have hundreds of students every month. I know the kind of people who pass, and I know who fails. And when people call me or message me, they tell me what their level is, what their history is. The most common thing that I always hear is we got an 11 and 12 in everything, but in writing and speaking, we got an 8. Writing and speaking, we got a 7. This is so common. And if you do the IELTS exam, if you want a CELPIP 9, in IELTS you will want a 7. And IELTS doesn't give people 7 either. It gives people 6.5. So IELTS stops people at 6.5. CELPIP stops people at 8 because these exams know what you want, right? So if you get a 9, then you don't rebook the exam. You're not able to help CELPIP with their business. That's why you most likely get an 8, and then you pay again, and then you pay again, and so on. That is why I would say 80%, at least 80%, maybe more. 80% people need proper coaching before they start their exam, before they do their first attempt. Whenever someone calls me and they say that this is my first time taking the exam, I'm so happy. I'm like, you're doing a good job, because a lot of people fail. Most people fail multiple times. Then they take coaching, then they finally get the score. But if you take proper coaching, you get to know the real rules, particular to your case. With our feedback, we customize it based on your tasks, and we tell you where you are incorrect, so you're able to improve that. And of course, if you don't have the time or budget for coaching, go on this YouTube channel. There are tons of great tips, and they should help you themselves. But if you think you have great English and you can go there and get a 9, maybe you can, and I hope you can, but most likely the chances are you won't. You really need proper coaching because there are CELPIP specific things that you need to make the examiner happy. Plus, you do need good English. You need good vocab and grammar to go out there and get a 9. 9 means 1 or 2 mistakes only. So essentially it means no mistakes. And it also means amazing vocabulary. So think again, if you think your English is really good, be ready for a tough result because 9 is not that easy. Now, with that said, let's talk about the things that will actually will make a difference. Point number 2, secret number 2, is in listening. Again, the hundreds of students we have. What I notice mostly for people who come back from their exam and they say we got an 11 or 12 in listening, these are the kind of people who write consistently, who keep writing when it's the listening exam. They don't stop their hand. Okay, so you're given a pen and paper and you're listening. You're supposed to take notes. With those notes, you can answer the questions when the questions come up. Obviously, if you write down a lot, if you have written down basically everything that they're saying, you can look at it and answer any question. So the only times people miss on the correct answers is if they don't have notes for what was said. So if you're one of those people whose hands are trembling after the listening exam because you wrote so many notes, you did the right thing. And that's the trick to get a good listening result. People think it's listening, right? So it's all about listening. What's in my head, what's in my ear, but it's also what's on that paper. Because what's in your head and ear, whatever you listen to, you will forget. They give you so much information. So the trick there is to write down as much as possible. Maybe, again, I don't want to make a conspiracy, but maybe it's a trick because CELPIP gives you that one sheet of paper. I don't know why they give you one sheet of paper for the whole listening exam. Maybe it's a way to show you that it's not important, note taking. And yes, you can ask for more sheets of paper during the listening exam. It's just annoying because you're doing the exam and you have to raise your hand, can I have one more sheet of paper? So it's just annoying, but that paper is going to save your mark. So you write down as many things as you can there. When you're about to run out of the page, ask for another page. They'll give you just one page. And if in case you have written a lot on both sides and then you're asking for the page, it's too late because now you're missing information. It's best if you are 1.5 pages done, call the person, the invigilator, to give you that other sheet of paper so that while they bring it to you in many seconds, you can still write down something in that little area left. Number 3. Now, this is not really a secret, but this is something that a lot of people don't know. So for them, it is a secret. If you know this, it's fine. Reading, the most important thing in reading is to look at the questions first. Never go to the passage. Here's a simple reason. You go to the passage, you read everything, you don't know where the question is, but you just read the whole story because you need to understand the whole passage. But then you go to the questions. Now you're answering one specific question. You don't really remember where that topic was mentioned, so you go back in the passage, find that specific place, and now you read it and go back to the questions. Instead of this, if you just read the question first, you look at the keyword, you go back to the passage, find that specific place, answer the question. It's much faster. There is no benefit at all to read the passage first. So don't do that, just read the questions. This is, again, a simple secret that you need to know for reading. For writing, point number 4. Writing, let's say you have great English, okay? You did amazing grammar, amazing vocab, no mistakes, and you used my templates. And if you guys don't know about my templates, if you're new subscribers to this channel, just type out my templates, speaking, writing templates for CELPIP. On my channel, you'll see the videos for it because you really need them to have a good score. So let's say you used them. You used everything, but still you got an 8. The reason for this is now the task response. So the examiner says that I love your English, but I don't like how you responded to the question because I feel you didn't answer the question. This is human judgment. You know, you cannot take them to court, but you can argue that, look, I felt I answered the question. Here's a simple example of it. So let's say you're doing the task 2 of the CELPIP exam, the essay. Okay, and there is a question, should you build a shopping mall or a park? And you say you want to build a park. One of your points is, once we build a park, it is going to be good for the environment because we will have trees. Trees will help us breathe better, and breathing better, clean air is very good for the human body. Human health relies on greenery and parks. Now you feel you have answered the question. I think that has answered the question. But the examiner says this is not answering the question because we're not talking about human health. We should focus on, should we build a park or a shopping mall? So maybe the examiner would say you should have rephrased it to make parks your central focus instead of making health your central focus. So maybe they want you to say something like, parks will help you breathe good air because parks will have the trees where people will have the chance to walk on the trails of the parks, and therefore parks will contribute to health. So you have to keep repeating the word parks in order to make it make sense, in order to have a good task response. But again, this is very subjective. Another examiner might completely disagree. So the way to make examiners happy is to always answer how and why. Now, I have made a video on this before, and I have made videos on this before. In fact, one I did last week where I've explained how to answer, how to make an outline for different questions. But basically, the summary of that is think about how and why, okay? Let's say we're talking about that park thing again, okay? So ask yourself, why does the greenery make you healthy? Now you'll think, okay, why the greenery makes you healthy is because green means oxygen. The trees are going to provide you oxygen. Great. How? Well, okay, people are entering the park. Now they're breathing that air, so they can get that oxygen, they'll feel healthy. So now your answer is, your sentence is, creating parks will generate a source of oxygen since trees provide that, and with the number of people walking back and forth or inside the park daily, they'll be able to consume that oxygen, resulting in the parks department directly contributing to people's health. Now, the examiner would say, this is specific. It's related to the detail of how parks result in this benefit. So if you think of why and how, not only with this, but of course with every question type in writing, that why and how is the secret to getting a good task response for writing, because this is where a lot of people make a mistake. The fifth point is about speaking. So again, let's say you have really good templates, no mistakes, great vocabulary, etc. But you still got an 8. What happened now is you didn't have a good tone. If everything is good, you can't figure out any mistake, you probably didn't have a good tone. CELPIP focuses a lot on tone, all right? So if you're talking informally, part 1, it's to advise a friend, okay? You should be talking informally, but let's say you say, I look forward to meeting you, or how is your day going? Something so formal. CELPIP knows, everybody knows, we don't talk like this to friends, right? So this is gonna reduce your mark. If it is an informal situation, we should be informal. We should be like, how's it going? Not how is your day? How's it going? Not I look forward to, but I can't wait to meet your wife and kids. It's been a long time. So again, the degree of informality should be there if it's an informal person, and vice versa. If it's a serious topic, you should be more formal. Changing tones is a major reason why students fail. Our female students do much better at this than males because females generally have more emphasis, right? They're more lively, animated. They have this way of just trying to emphasize everything that they say. Guys are monotone. So guys who are listening right now, you need to make sure you have fluctuations in your voice. If you are, talking to a friend and saying that, the same thing, I can't wait to visit you, and you say it like this, I can't wait to visit you, I'm very excited, there's gonna be no mark. But if you say, I can't wait to visit you, it's gonna be an amazing time and I want to do it as soon as possible. Fluctuation, expression, the tone, that is something that will differentiate you from 9 and above students to 8 and below students. So you want to make sure you nail that in speaking. And again, in webinars, in the usual CELPIP lessons, you never see this, but this is a big secret and a big reason why people don't get a 9. Okay, so those are the 5 tips. Now, I want to be practical. I always try in these videos to be practical and give you guys practical advice on what to do. So the 6th point, and this is your bonus point, is the link in the description. And I'm going to also, actually, you know what? I won't put a link in the description because there are like 7 videos. There's 7 videos of my CELPIP crash course. I'm going to put that playlist at the end of this video. So in the last few seconds, you will see a playlist of 7 videos. And again, if you're new subscribers, you haven't seen that crash course, look at that. There are 7 videos on, again, each module and overall what you have to do, how you have to do homework on your own, and what resources you can use, and a lot more. There's a lot more details. If you think these 5 secrets were good, there are hundreds of secrets in those videos. So the playlist you see at the end of this video, click on that, look at my 7 videos, you will learn tons from it. And that is, I think, the most important point among all the points in this video, because if you check online, there's nothing like the 7 video crash course series for CELPIP. There's nothing online like it. If there is, some of you, if you have seen it, let me know, show me a link, and I will come on the next video and admit that, hey guys, this resource is better than what I put out. But honestly, check it out. There's nothing online out there that's going to be of so much help other than my 7 series crash course videos. So again, check that playlist out. It's going to be super helpful. With that, and along with the points mentioned today, these 5 points. I hope it really helps you better your understanding for CELPIP, and it helps you get an amazing mark in your next exam, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to improve and uplift you and encourage you. No matter how hard CELPIP is, there's always a way to find a path to a better score. Okay guys, that's all for this video. If you like it, please like and share. Subscribe to this channel for more amazing content, and I'll upload another video, a really good video, by the end of this week on some more tips and tricks. Thank you very much, guys. This is Sean from HZad Education. Talk to you very soon.